Hello everyone and welcome to our exciting lecture series on microeconomics, and I'm your instructor Jamal Haider. Today we are starting chapter 16 of your book, and the name is Oligopoly. So let's begin with that. So we have studied the two extremes of the market. One is monopoly and one is perfect competition. So in between, we talk about in our last lecture that there are imperfect competitions. One is called, monopolistic competition, and one is called oligopoly. So imperfect competitions refer to those market structures that fall between perfect competition and monopoly. And imperfect competitions includes industry in which firms have competitors but do not face so much competitions. So the types that we talk about that up till now, including this market as well, there are four types of market structure. So we categorize either based on number of firms or either based on types of product, right? So if we just analyze this flow chart, so there are many firms, and many firms are the properties of either monopolistic competition or either perfect competition. If we talk about that, there are identical products. If the question is silent and question talk about that, you know only identical products, so either we are talking about oligopoly or either we are talking about perfect competition. And if we talk about differentiated products or unique products, then either we are talking about monopolistic competition or either we are talking about monopoly as well, because in monopoly we also, how monopoly arises, one condition was unique product, right? So these are the ways in which you can just identify that the question or the concept is talking about which markets. Okay, so let's move further. So imperfect competition, we talk about monopolistic competition, and we know that in which many firms selling product but they are not identical. They can be similar but they are not identical. Even though the shape is similar, the color is different. Or if the color of the product is the same, then packaging is different, right? So there's slightly difference between the two products. And here we go, the oligopoly is only a few sellers, each offering a similar or identical product. It means these two products are 100% same. So if there are many firms participating in a market and with no other information, the market is either perfect competition or either monopolistically competitive firm. Why? Because of this information. And now the characteristics of oligopoly. Characteristics of oligopoly is that because of few sellers, the key feature of the oligopoly is the tension between cooperation and self-interest. So these two words are very, very important, and we have a whole discussion in our coming slides. So it means one company actions had significant impact on another. That is very, very important. So let me just highlight that. This one company action has a significant impact on another. So the word is cooperation and self-interest, which means these two or few sellers here we're talking about here. So few sellers, they have their independent existence, independent companies. So they talk about their own profit, right? So that's why they are self-interest companies. They don't care about the other company, but the meanwhile they cooperate with each other as well. We will discuss in coming slide. Just here I'm just gonna make a point which important words are here. The characteristics of oligopoly market is that there are few sellers offering identical products. They are interdependent firms. And why is that? Because one action has significant impact on another. And third one is they are best off cooperating and acting like a monopolist by producing a small quantity of output and charging a price above marginal cost. Which means if they join hands together, they become monopoly by cooperating, right? If they join hands together, they can charge price which is and price is above marginal cost, so they can easily earn a lot of money, right? But condition is cooperation. So let's move further. So I have placed a concept checker. Just pause the video and try to answer. Here we go. So let me just read it. If in a particular market firms sell identical products, then the market is, so remember that flow chart. So there is no market here, and only question is that the firm sell identical product. So identical products properties are either we have perfect competition and then we have oligopoly, right? In these two markets we have identical products. So what is the answer here? 1 and 3, which is C. So let's see the answer. It's C, right? Let's move further. Here we go. So in order to understand oligopoly, we are taking your book example and the simplest one, duopoly, which means a duopoly is an oligopoly or is a form of oligopoly, only two members, right? So from now on, we will try to learn or try to understand oligopoly with duopoly, which means there are only two suppliers of the product, and there is a special kind of oligopoly in which only two companies or two organizations or two sellers or two members involved. So tagline is, it is the simplest type of oligopoly. So we consider the example of a town in which only two persons, Jack and Jill. Let me just highlight it there. We have a Jack and Jill here. They own water well, safe for drinking. And to further keep it very simple, assume the marginal cost is zero. There are fixed costs and there are variable costs, right? But producing another gallon of water, we call that the marginal cost is zero. For the simplicity, just here to just, there is no hard and fast rule, but since we are following a book and that book we are having this example, in that example, for your simplicity, there are marginal cost, but we assume that it is zero, right? Let's just understand this example. If marginal cost is zero, then what happens? Whatever you sell, right? Whatever you sell, that becomes your profit. And that becomes your profit as well. So what is the sales formula? Total revenue is equal to price into quantity, and total profit is equal to, it is total revenue minus total cost. For the assumption, we just assume that the cost is zero, so change in total cost is zero. So we just assume that whatever we sell, when you put zero, so profit is equal to total revenue, right? So whatever we sell, it becomes our profit, right? So where this 3200 came from? So by multiplying 40 into 80. So this is the market analysis. And in order to understand the market, let's explain this table. If we sell 10 gallons, the price is 110 and your revenue or profit is 1100. See, you increase the supply, price start decreasing. So it means this follow law of demand, right? Increase the quantity, price start decreasing, right? So just pause the video and try to understand this table. I just explained it. When you try to increase the water supply, so that is the demand of the locality, right? Not the company demand. It is demand for locality. If this is in Texas, so Texas demand of water supply and price is that. If supply is $80, 80 gallon, then the price of per gallon is 40, and the total revenue will be 3,200, right? So let's move further.